It's Jen and Lindsey here with a semi-pro stenciling video. Thank you for coming back. If you're back to watch us, if you are a new viewer, you are going to watch me paint an awesome stenciling project, which is our Hello Summer stencil. Is that what it's called, Lindsey? Hello Summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a lot of summer ones, so I want to make sure I have the right name for it. We're going to do a quick stenciling video. I call myself a semi-pro because I'm just starting to learn how to paint. I like quick and easy projects. I don't have a ton of time to make stuff, so when I do, I want to be able to sit down and make quick things. Super easy, fun, don't need a ton of time to do, and don't need a lot of product to do either. So we are going to be working on that here in just a few minutes. If you're new, let us know that you're here and where you're from. If you're a repeat viewer, let us know that you're here too. We always love to see who comes back to see us. Lindsey is here with me. Say hi, Lindsey.
Hi, Lindsey.
So she is monitoring the chat. She's going to put links in for all the stuff that we use if you guys need to pick up any of the products that we're working with. We're sending you to CD Stencils website today, which is our sister company of Cover Distributing. So we're going to send you to CD Stencils for everything because it's easier to shop for this kind of stuff on there because it's stencils, surfaces, and brushes only, not all the other stuff. So yeah, that's what we've got going on. Is anybody with us, Lindsey?
Sharon Shaw's here.
Hi, Miss Sharon.
And she said OH.
I am, my friends.
I
know. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do this stenciling video. Yesterday, we did the Sweet Summertime project on our semi-pro painting. You can catch that on YouTube or on our Facebook pages. We did that Sweet Summertime video or piece from the Lemonade Tier Tray, brand new to our website just as of last week. So we did one of those pieces. And today we are going to do a summer stencil because it's hot, and muggy here in Ohio. It's hot.
Ugh.
It's like hot. Like I don't even know how
It's on the we're on the surface of the sun right now.
It's like a whole nother level of hot.
Listen to us whine.
I know. So we figure why not just run with it and do something summery. So that's what we were working on. I got a big old sunshine, some waves. Hello Summer is the stencil that we're doing. It's fun. We're going to do it on a different plaque. Actually, this time we're using the horizontal postage stamp plaque, which I love. So it's awesome. I think it looks good with this stencil. So we're going to do that. Do we have anybody else, Lindsey?
Yes, Sharon, speaking of hot, Sharon joined us from hot Tucson, Arizona.
Sharon, thank you for joining us from hot Tucson, Arizona. I feel you, my friend. It's hot. It's not usually this hot in Ohio. It's really not. Like 80s normally, but
Yeah.
it's like in the 90s this week. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I love it, but it's hot.
It's
hot.
bad when there's a heat advisory. We've had a heat advisory.
And it goes through Saturday. It was supposed to end tomorrow, but it's going through Saturday now. It's just crazy. Yeah. So when they do that, we know it's hot.
It's actually 86, but it says it feels like 92.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have humidity. That's the problem.
Yes.
If it was just 86, it wouldn't be bad, but it's that humidity that gets us.
Yesterday, I felt like my hair kept growing and growing and growing. And by the end of the day, my hair was like this big. But yeah, it was hot yesterday. Okay, are we ready to get started, Lindsey?
Yeah, Michelle Greenlee joined us.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
All right, switch the camera. We're going to get started. I'm going to talk real quick about our coupon code that we have. I show you guys this every week. This is Semi-Pro 63024. That is a coupon code. Get 25% off of any of the items that we use in our lives the month of June. That goes till the end of here. So you can either get surfaces, you can get the stencils that we use, you can get any of the like Chris's brushes that we use, all of that stuff you can get in that coupon code. I'm also going to show you this Deco Art code down here. I'm not using Deco Earth today, but we have used Deco Earth in the past. You can use this coupon code on Deco Art's website and get, I think it's like 12% off or something like that, all regular priced items. So you can go there, not just on Deco Earth, but it's on all Deco Art regular priced items. You can use that coupon code. So Semi-Pro for CD Stencils, and then this code here for Deco Art. Okay. All right, moving on. This is a stencil we're going to do today. I don't have the backer with me, so I just figured I'd tape it down. You guys can see what it looks like. This is the Hello Summer stencil that we are going to do. And I have, in the interest of time, went ahead and base coated my horizontal postage stamp plaque with Snow White paint. I actually used the chalky paint on this one, the folk art chalky paint, and then I went over the Snow White a little bit just to get it that little bit brighter of a color. So That's what I'm
This is
doing.
a perfect stencil for today because it is the official first day of summer.
Is it really? Did you choose that on purpose?
No,
you didn't.
I did
okay.
that, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll take whatever you got, Lindsay.
Hello, Terry from Alabama.
Hi, Terry from Alabama. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm just going to take my stencil down here. You guys know I love stenciling. I got to go easy with my tape, though, because I got a lot going on here today. My plan is yellow for my sun, green, this pistachio mint for my hello. I'm thinking this melon color for my summer, and then I'm thinking the shoreline for my water waves down here on the bottom.
Those are very pretty colors.
So kind of out of my like normal color scheme. I don't do brights, but I'm gonna today. So let's just put these in order. I'm just gonna go from top to bottom. So we'll start up here with the sun. So I'm gonna use Baby Duck for this. Of course, I love Baby Duck, guys. I've been using this so much. I actually used it.
We still have a bottle.
It's probably about halfway gone for as much of it as I've used. Yeah, so I'm gonna use Baby Duck. I'm just gonna load my brush up here. Swirl and get the excess off. If you guys have any questions while we're stenciling, Lindsay and I just talk about random stuff. So if there's anything you guys have questions about, let us know. We're happy to talk about that while we're in here as well. So I am a pouncer, so I like to go straight up and straight down when I'm stenciling. I know some people like to swirl. Chris swirls some. She pounces some. So whichever you prefer. There's no right or wrong reason, I think, when it comes to stenciling. I think whatever you're comfortable with, go with. I think you'll have a happier result if you do. So go with your comfort level.
Kathy Kerr just joined us.
Hi, Kathy.
And Terry said, every time you say Baby Duck, I think of singing it to the tune of Baby Shark. We do too.
We do too. Actually, you're lucky that I didn't already do it.
We usually do.
Yeah, we usually do. You're not wrong. We usually do.
I think we're just tired.
It's been like a crazy 2 weeks, guys. It's been a crazy 2 weeks.
We had no rain last week.
We had no rain last week. This week was super busy because we were getting ready for the Facebook Live, and then we had the Facebook Live, and then also last week we had the Christmas Unwraps, so that we had to get out. I mean, it was just like crazy. But you know what, guys? We made it through, and it is our Friday here at work because we don't work Fridays. So we call our Thursdays Third Friday because it's the last day of the week that we have to work. So it's going to be fine. We made it through. Made it through the week.
It's all good.
It's going to be just fine. Okay, I am going to do, I feel like I'm getting like a shadow there. I can't really see what I'm doing. I am going to do 2 coats of this Baby Duck. I'm going to do 2 coats just because I want to make sure since I'm on that white that I have good coverage. I said, I think I already told you guys this, but I did base coat this with the white Adirondack chalky paint from Folk Art. We do carry that. So I did use that on the bottom, but I did go over the top of it with Snow White because I'm not real good with my base coating yet. So I had.
Have a shadow. I'm trying to figure out.
I know. I don't know. Is it this? Oh shoot! Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from either, Lindsay. Okay, keep pouncing. I felt like I had a shadow there. So anyways, that's what's going on here. We're working on that, working on changing up our shadowing here. Lindsay has been super busy putting new product on. I have been practicing my painting because next week wait, it's not this, is it?
No, that's on the side.
Okay, it's on that side. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I've got my second layer of Baby Duck on there, and I think that's going to be pretty good. So let me clean out my brush. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do this all with the same brush, guys. I have my number 3 out, but I might use it for the water. I don't know. We'll see.
Terry says, thanks for getting my Facebook Live out. I see it is on the way.
You are welcome, Terry. We were busy with that Facebook Live stuff, but we got it. Everybody's went out. The last of them shipped today. So those of you who placed your orders closer to the end of the sale, they all went out today.
We have Vicki joining us from Hot Michigan.
Hi, Vicki from Hot Michigan. Hopefully you're not
from
sweaty.
Hot Ohio.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully you're not too sweaty. I actually played golf last night with my husband and a couple of our friends, and it was hot. It was hot. But, it wasn't too bad. Just lots of water to drink.
Beverly has joined us from Pearland, Texas.
Hi, Beverly.
and Jamie from Bettendorf, Iowa.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're a new viewer, we are just doing quick and easy projects during our Thursday 1 o'clock classes and our semi-pro stenciling projects. We like to pick fun little projects that we can do and recreate quickly for you guys so you guys can see how easy it is to use these stencils. We have over 1,000 different stencils, Lindsay. I mean, we have a lot. We have a lot of stencils.
In on 1,500.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stencils, and I feel like sometimes it's so hard to kind of see all of the choices on our site. So we're trying to choose different types and themes of stencils to use in these videos. So if there's a stencil that you guys want to see, let us know. We're always happy to try and work something in.
We do take requests.
Yeah, we do take requests. So we do that. So this is what we do on Thursdays. If you're interested in getting into regular painting, more intense projects, I should say. I'm new, and so I'm just literally working my way through it. But we do those on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, same time, same place. But those are the actual painting projects, and these are more stenciling projects. So same sort of thing, just kind of different techniques that we use for them. Okay, got my first coat of pistachio mint. I don't know if I told you guys that, but pistachio mint is the color I'm using here. So got my first coat on here, and then we're just gonna get some more paint, and we're gonna do a second coat here too, because this is a lighter color. So I just want to make sure I've got good coverage here since I'm going over that white.
And if you're just joining us, this was not intentional to pick this stencil for today.
No.
But it is the first day of summer.
Isn't that crazy?
I guess I don't know, subconsciously knew it was the first day of summer.
So here's what happens. I paint, Lindsay chooses the projects. So I was painting last week, and she came in and she was like, she said, do you want to choose or you want me to choose? I said, no, you just go choose and tell me what I'm painting. And so she brought in a bunch of stuff. She's like, I think this, and this. I said, okay. She said, what about pieces? Do you want to pick pieces or you want me to pick your pieces? I was like, nope, you pick them. So she went out and she picked all the surfaces, and she picks them for the entire month. So we have a whole month planned out of projects, and then I already know what I'm going to paint, which is awesome. But if you guys have something you want to see, let me know. Just happened to luck out with it being hello summer and it being the first day of summer.
That's kind of scaring me. I feel like I need to go to the casino or something.
Yeah, that was a good bet, Lindsay. That was a good bet.
Vicky has asked, how do you prevent bleeding?
Okay, Vicky. So I will tell you that there's science to it. You don't want to have too much paint on your brush, okay? So I'll kind of show you. So here's my Sam's Club paper palette, whatever you want to call it. Hashtag Sam's Club. Sponsor us, Sam's Club. Okay, just kidding. So first of all, I think you need a good brush. Okay, Vicky. I really like Chris's Spectacular Stencil brushes, not because I work for her and it's my job to sell her stuff. That's not why. I like them because I can reuse the same brush over and over and over and over again.
We do try other ones.
Yeah, I have tried others, and this is my favorite by far. So a good brush, first of all. So I highly suggest, if you don't have these, start with a number 4. It's a very versatile brush. You can use it on big projects and small projects, okay? So make sure you pick up the Spectacular Stencil brush if you don't have it, or you need a good stencil brush. Not to knock the cheap stuff, because you use what you can and use what you can afford, but you're going to go through more brushes that way. I've had this one since I started painting, and it's still in great shape, okay? All right. Second of all, you don't want a ton of paint, okay? Less paint, more layers of paint, okay? So I see how much little bit of paint I have on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight in, and I dab on there, okay? I got my paint on my brush. Then I'm just going to move this over to the side so you can see my paper towel. Take my paper towel, and you're going to want to offload your brush onto a paper towel, okay? A dry paper towel. So you're just going to put your brush on and circle. So I say maybe 10 or 15 times. Go both ways, though, because you want to work it out on all the way around. So you don't want to have too much paint. So see how it's wet, but not sopping wet? That's what you want. And then you just want to go up and down, straight up and down is how I do mine. Some people swirl. I do not have good luck with swirling. So I just like to pounce. So I go straight up, straight down, and hold your stencil tight. If you don't, one thing is making sure that the paint can't get under the stencil, but the other part is not having too much paint on your brush. So I hope that those little tips can help you a little bit.
And when it goes back to the pouncing and the swirling,
yes.
I pounce as well. I find when I swirl, I tend to have more of a chance of getting it under the stencil.
Yes, because I feel like when I swirl, like if I'm doing this and swirling, I have a chance that stencil is going to lift up. I have issues with that. So I don't usually do that. I'm more of a pouncer, but totally your preference. If you like a swirl, go with it. Totally go with it.
And it is Vicky's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Vicky! My birthday's coming up. My birthday's in July. So
she gets fireworks.
I get fireworks for my birthday because my birthday's on the 3rd of July. So everybody celebrates me for the entire week, and I love it. I love sitting outside and listening to all the fireworks. My neighbors put on an amazing fireworks display.
For your birthday.
For my birthday.
Yeah, no other reason.
No, for my birthday. It's just for me. It's not about celebrating America. It's about me. So, yeah, I love it. So happy birthday to you, Vicky. All right. So I think I'm happy with my green there. We'll check that in a minute here. I'm going to go ahead on and move on to my pink. So I will check that out here in a second. I think that looks pretty good, but we'll see. So I'm still using the same brush. I just cleaned out my brush, guys. Going to get that paint off of there, and I just want to rub here and make sure there's no green still on there. The good thing is my pink's going to be a little darker than green, so it will cover if there's anything on there, but I think we're going to be all right. All right. So see how that is not wet anymore, guys? See how my brush isn't wet? That's all you need. You can move straight into the next color.
And just to note that the coupon code that we'll show it again at the end, those brushes, Chris's stencil brushes are eligible for that discount on the CD Stencil website. So take advantage of it. It's a good discount, 25% off.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am going to use Melon for my summer. So let's get a little bit of paint on here. And then I've got my same stencil brush. I'm just loading up my brush again. And then I'm just going to swirl in a circle and offload all that excess paint. I don't want it to be I just want it to be, I don't even want to say damp because I don't even want it to be damp. I just want the paint to lay on the bristles. Okay, so we're going to go ahead around with the summer part in the melon. These are pretty colors together.
You did a good job thinking.
Thank you. I didn't even talk to Lindsay about it. Usually I'm like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. What do you think? We were both busy today painting. And so Lindsay was painting today, guys.
Yeah, scary thought, huh?
Scary thought. No, she did a great job. She's working on a door hanger. So she was doing a good job over at her desk. Anybody have any more questions? I'm happy to answer them if I can. If not, we can find an answer out from Mom. Or Lindsay might know. I also would say, make sure your brushes are dry before you pick up that paint, too. Do you see how much I rubbed my stencil brush on that paper towel after I cleaned it out? So just make sure it's pretty dry. You don't want to have too much water in your brush.
And I think, back to the coverage, I think a couple of light coats is better than being too heavy-handed.
For sure.
You'll have more of a chance of getting paint under the stencil if your brush is loaded too much.
Absolutely. And I'm giving this a good little pounce here too. I'm not going light-handed. Not as aggressive as Lindsay. Lindsay's like when she's stenciling. It's loud.
I am. I admit it.
That's okay though. It works for you. So I like to say
everything though. I aggressively type too.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just your keyboard. It just sounds like you're aggressively typing. All right.
Yes. Terry just sent me a message saying she's sending me an email looking for stencil numbers. Not a problem.
Okay, no worries at all. Lindsay will get those numbers to you.
Vicky said tips for cleaning the stencil.
Okay, so first of all, I don't clean my stencils at all. You should see the dirty stencils that are in here.
We have a hook off camera with all of our dirty stencils.
Yep, we do. We have a hook, and it's got all of the dirty stencils that I've used in these videos. Chris doesn't usually stencil too much in here because she does most of her project work at home. And when she does her lives, it's more of a technique instead of an actual project. We have a peg. Maybe pull the peg off the wall, Lindsay, and we can show them. All of our
kind of embarrassing.
Dirty stencils. All right, I'm going to switch this for a minute because I'm getting close to this yellow. Okay, so this is kind of what our stencils look like that we've used. And look, we don't clean any of them. They're all filthy dirty, guys. But, however, could you hand me that? She's got it over there. I think the brush and stencil cleaner. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, it's not a pretty bottle. Is there another one? They're both kind of
better.
Very good. Okay, so don't look at the label on the bottle, okay? So see how this one's kind of This has been used a lot. This is what we recommend for your brush and stencil cleaner. You can use this on both things. You can just put a little bit of this on a paper towel and rub it off on your stencil. If your stencil's still wet, you can use, I have used just water in a paper towel.
Baby wipes.
You can use a baby wipe. You can use a Clorox wipe, whatever you have.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, hand sanitizer. If you've got something that's super heavy on there, you can use that. But yeah, I'm not big on cleaning my stencils. The only stencils that I clean are Chris's if I use like her painter's tools or something. If I'm working on my desk at something and she's got them on her like light table for like patterns and stuff like that, I will pull those off of there and I'll clean those because they're not mine. But anything that I use, I don't clean. I think a dirty stencil picks up paint better, and I have used dirty stencils in here and not had any problems.
I think we have one stencil in the office that Jen and I use a lot. And
yes.
We've never cleaned it.
Never.
And it's still fine.
And it's got like probably 8 different types of paint on it. Like seriously. Tons of different colors of paint.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Linda O'Connell says magic eraser cleans even forever later.
Okay. All right. So even if you leave them sit, a magic eraser, Linda O'Connell says we'll pick it up. Thanks, Linda, for that tip. But yeah, I don't clean mine. Totally your choice. I think stencils are relatively inexpensive. So if I have one and I feel like I'm not getting a good loose, I would just rebuy it.
Let's be honest. We work for manufacturer. We just grab another one.
We just grab another one. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not all about that. I'm not about that life. I don't have that time. I don't have that kind of time. Like when we have time to paint, it's like an hour here or an hour there. It's not like where you have time to like do a ton of the.
Now, I do think, if I remember correctly, Chris, if she's at home and she's using a lot of stencils, she'll just throw them in her sink.
Yep.
With a little bit of water.
And lets them sit.
And lets them set.
Cleans them all
once. And then she's got like a soft brush that she scrubs when she's ready to clean. She doesn't clean them as she goes.
I know she throws her painter's tools in her little water bucket. Yeah. So she'll throw those in there. So I do know that she does that. But I just literally put a little bit of water on my paper towel from my bucket, and I just clean them, wipe off the paint. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, because we have to clean those. We get in trouble if we don't clean those.
Well, I mean,
listen to us.
We get in trouble. Like, I could literally walk out and get my own, but would I do that? No. Why would I do that?
Why would we do that? Yeah.
Why would I do that? I'll just use hers. It's 2 steps to her light table from my desk, and it's 15 steps to the shelf to get my own. So why would I do that? That's silly.
Virginia is joining us from Alabama.
Hi, Virginia from Alabama. Thanks for joining us today.
Terry said, can you tell again the green and the melon colors?
Yes. So the green color I'm using is pistachio mint. So that's going to be this one. And then the summer color is the melon. And then I've done baby duck up here for the sun. Okay. Almost done here with the melon. Got to work up here a little bit. I'm afraid to get into that. I could tape it, but that would just make sense. That would just make sense. So I'm just going to put my head in the camera, I think. Okay. I think we're good there. All right. So 2 coats of melon was all I needed. I think I've got pretty good coverage there. We'll double check that here shortly. And I'm going to move on to the blue for my water waves. Get this pink off my brush. All right, so here I am. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Looking good, looking good. I just got paint on the table. There we go. Thanks, Lindsay. I stressed Lindsay out with my paper towels. Okay. All right, so we're good there. And then we're going to use Shoreline now for the waves on both sides. So give that a good shake. A little bit of that on my palette. Oh, that still needs shaking up.
Ew.
Yeah, that's weird looking. All right, let's try this again. Do over. Oh, that's much better. Okay. All right, so got no water. My brush isn't wet anymore. See that? Okay, so just put it on that paper towel and rub, rub, rub. All right, going into the Shoreline color now.
Everyone's loving these colors.
Really? Good. I'm glad. It's very summery for the first day of summer on accident. All right. So we're going to do the waves here. We're going to need 2 coats on here. I can already tell that, but that's not a big deal. It's not going to take as long at all to do this. So I love a quick and easy project, guys. I love a quick and easy project.
Yeah, we're about 20 minutes in. So.
Oh, really? And we're almost finished. Okay, good deal. Oh, well, we could do a little dress up after here. We can do a little more additional stuff to it. All right. I love it when we have a little extra time. I don't feel like I'm so rushed. I can add some like accents or something to it if I want to. Lou, you want to find me a paint that will go with this melon? Like a shading color? Since you're over there and we have all this paint here. All righty. I'm just going to get a bit more. Do another coat on the shoreline color. I hope I answered your questions, Vicki, about your stenciling. If you have anything else, let me know and we'll do our best to get you an answer. I will say the other thing about the brush I love is the brush scrubby. I've been cleaning all of my brushes with the brush scrubby and I love it. You can really get inside those bristles there so you don't get any of that paint drying up in there. So I really like that. Okay, let's see here. Let me look at this head on and see. Okay, let's do a little peek-see and see what we've got. And then we'll see if we need to hit anything else.
That's coral blush.
That'll work. That should work. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is pretty.
So pretty.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to take my tape off of here. And Vicky, I think Vicky was the one that asked about the stencil cleaning, right?
Yeah.
All right, Vicky. So let me show you here what I will do. So what I'll do is I'll just take, this is still my same paper towel, right, that I was just using. So what I'll do is I'll just take this and dump it in the clean side of my water and wring it out. I don't want it to be like sopping wet, but then you can just literally take this and go around here and pull that paint right off of there if you want. I'm not doing it because I don't do it, but yeah. Okay, so that'll come right off, and then you can just dry that right up and you're good to go. Let me wipe that off, Lucy. So you don't end up with paint all over you. There you go, my friend.
Late.
It's too late. She's already got paint on her, and she's not even painting. Well, she did paint earlier. Okay, so since we have a little bit of time, let's dress this up a little bit. What do you think? I say yes. I say let's do it. So let's grab an angle brush.
You need a green and a yellow here?
Sure. I say sure. So here's what I'm thinking we're going to do. So we're going to use coral blush, okay? We'll use coral blush. Actually, let's start up here with the yellow. Since Lindsay brought me the antique gold, I love to shade with antique gold in here. So since I'm using baby duck, these two go together so nicely. We'll start at the top since we're going to be working on this. And I don't want to end up with my hand in paint. So I'm going to have just a smidge of paint on my palette here. I like the darker one, Lindsay. I don't know what you have there.
This is shoreline.
Okay, yeah.
This is shoreline, so.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad. That'll work. Okay, I'm just going to load up the top of my brush here. Okay. I'm loading up the toe. Got a ton of water on my brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on the inside here. I'm going to just bring this around. And as long as my paint is wet, I can make it move, right? So I can just keep going and pulling this. If I've got too strong of a line, I can do this and pull this around. If I need some more paint, I can just add a smidge more paint to my brush and keep coming. So I just want to give it this, since we've got time, we're just going to do a little dress up here. This is not necessary, guys. If you don't want to do this and you're more like, hey, let's stay with the plain stenciling, you can totally do that. This is not a necessary step. I'm just trying to show you, if you're more of an advanced painter, since we've got some time, we can show you how to dress some of these little pieces up. All right, so I'm just going to keep pulling. See how much I've got that water on there? I can just keep pulling that yellow around, or the antique gold is what I'm actually doing. So I'm just going to keep pulling that around here, around the bottom of my sun. Just kind of giving it that quick little shadow.
I'm consulting.
A consulting mom on my shading.
On this one, I'm not sure.
All right, so I'm going to work here. Could have come around just a little bit more, added just a smidge more paint. Since we're putting it on the bottom, I don't need a ton. I'm just going to keep it like that, okay? As long as it's still not dried all the way, I can pull more in or take more out, either way. All right, and then I'm going to come up the side here and kind of clean this up.
Sandy says, can you do highlights with the stencil still on the piece?
You can if you want to, absolutely. You 100% could.
And there's also a shadow trick.
Yep, there's a shadow trick you could do where you could just drop it like a little bit down and around. So you could totally do that if you wanted to. I have faith in all of you that you could do this though, because this is not hard. This is not a hard thing to do. So we can pull this paint around here. See how we're just getting that little shadow around the outside edge, right? That's all we want. All we want is that little shadow. We want it to just kind of look like it's blending in. If you want more paint, you can add more paint. If you want less paint, you can use less paint. Either way, more water will take it away and help you move your paint. All right, so we're going to come around here. And then I'm moving my project as I go because you want to pull it all in the same way to make sure you have it all flow the same way. All right, so that's a little heavy-handed there. So let's pull this up and around. See how I'm getting all that extra out of there? Just keep moving the paint. I'm just using the tip of my brush. So the tip of my angle is what I'm using for this. Water on my brush, adding just a little bit more paint. Watering it down a little bit and then bringing it around. So it starts out strong, but I'm going to keep pulling it around, which is not a problem. Just keep pulling.
Okay, no one's answering me. I asked both experts.
Uh-oh. We're just going to have to make a choice. We can make a choice. It's fine.
I'm thinking thicket.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a weird color.
Yeah, pistachio mint it's got different color tones to it.
I don't know.
All right, so clean up some of this. See how I've got that water laying there, guys? I'm just going to pull it out. So a little bit more water. And then just wipe that up. And then I won't have all that yellow laying in there. Okay. Here and around. And then bring this back around.
Oh no, I put desert cactus.
Lindsay's throwing paint bottles, guys. Lindsay is throwing the paint. So this is something you do on the outside edges. If you have a super steady hand, I like this because it's a little more forgiving on the outside, okay? If you're really, really good, you could go on the insides. If you wanted, you could do your shadow or your highlight on the inside of the color if you want. Since I don't have a ton of space to work with, I'm working with just the outsides here. Because the stencil pieces are short. You don't have a ton of stencil pieces. All right, let's get a little bit more water here because we've got some yellow up in here and I want to get that out of there. And I can always take Snow White when I get back to the office and clean that up as well. So if I get a little messy, that's okay.
Linda just answered me on the chat there.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Linda. So I'm going to come this way.
Shade Plantation Pine. Plantation Pine.
We should have that over here. All right. So.
Oh, okay.
Much better.
Never would have thought that.
Never would have. That's how I was with the tea berry when Chris was like, I was like, maroon? And she was like, yeah.
And she said if that stresses you out, avocado would work too.
I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed.
Jen, stressed?
I'm not stressed. All right. So we've got that going.
Linda, I messaged you on Messenger. I didn't ask on the live.
You're good, Linda.
You're fine.
Thank you.
Don't apologize.
No. Okay, so I'm not going to do any more of the yellow. I'll finish that up when we get in the office. I'm just going to move on to another color. So, plantation pine, she said?
She said plantation pine, but if that stresses you out, she says avocado.
Okay.
And Terry says that she thinks plantation pine is really dark, but
I think
that's
it is.
Your call.
Yeah, I think it is too. Let's go with avocado. Okay, so we're going to use avocado with our pistachio mint. Let's see what this looks like. I think I'm going to get a smaller brush too. I I think my brush is a little too large for what I'm working, like the space that I'm working with. Okay, so we're using avocado on the hello. So I've got a smaller brush. I've got my 1/4 inch angle now, so I'm gonna work on that.
Sharon says that she is looking forward to the ducks on Facebook Live with you and Linda.
Okay, that's gonna be on Wednesday. Yep. Sharon Shot?
No, Sharon Bender.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm warning you. It's gonna be a learning experience for me, so it'll be okay. I have practiced one. I did paint one of them up. I'll bring over my practice one and show you guys at the end.
Okay. Linda says plantation pine is transparent, so it doesn't float as dark, just so you know.
Okay, well, now we know. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a little bit of this around just so we can see it. Can you tell on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just coming around each side of this using the tip. I don't want a ton of paint, so I'm going to water that down a lot. Okay.
Terry says she has confidence in you.
Thank you, Terry. I can do it. I know I can. I'm probably not going to do it in the order in which everybody else would typically do it because, it's Jennified. So.
She's still mad at me.
I'm not mad.
You're still mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Are you got over it since yesterday?
Well, I'm not mad. I'm indifferent about it.
She's different now.
It'll be fine. It really will. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. Okay, so got my avocado here. I'm just pulling it as I go. All right, here we go. I feel like I'm making a bigger mess with this. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. You know what the good thing about paint is, guys? You can wipe it right off. Because I'm not loving this. I feel like it's not working out for me. So let's do this. Let's get this off of here. I'll fix the edges of that with white. Let's go this way. Let's go on the inside instead of the outside. I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Yes. See, trial and error, guys. This is what it's all about with me. Trial and error. That's much better. So we're going to go on the inside instead of the outside. See, this is what I do when I'm at the desk. I'm like, well, will this work? I don't know. Will this work? If it doesn't, we'll just move on. Not a big deal. And we can take some white paint, Snow White, when we get in there, and I'll clean up the edges that I went around so it won't look so muddy and nasty. There we go. That look better, Lou?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be the avocado on the H. Then let's go, what do we decide? Coral blush for the summer?
That's what I said, but...
Let's try it and see. Try it, and you might like it. So, coral blush is what we're going to do on here. Loading up the tip of my brush again. This one might be pretty close. I don't know, Lou. You might not even see this. Oh, you can see it. Not a lot, but you can see it.
It's subtle.
It's subtle, yeah, it's for sure. It's very forgiving, that's for sure. So we've got that going on here. This is a little easier font to do too because it doesn't have all those like this has all the bubbles and stuff to the edge. This doesn't have that. Yes, this is very subtle. This is good. So if you want to dress it up, you can. Don't have to. Not necessary to do, but if you want to, you could. And so this is a little bit more than just adding your gel pen. This is going to give you a better, like a more personal look, I think. Like it took a little more time to do, which it honestly doesn't take that long to shape. If you can, once you have the handle on it, on how much paint and water to use. So, too much there. So we'll just pull this around here. keep coming around. A little bit more paint. Got plenty of water, so we just need a little bit more paint. All right, so that's going to be coral blush on the melon, okay? And I can clean up my edges there. I don't stress about that. If it looks a little wonky, I can clean that up when I get into the office with some white. Okay, and then down here on the blue, we have Indian turquoise. Let's see what this looks like. It's going to be fine.
AKA turquoise.
AKA not a big deal.
Indian turquoise.
You know what we could do, Lindsay? Did you put that stencil up? We could show them how to, like, layer it. Like, shadow it that way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the waves. Do you think that'll work? Let me see.
Give it a go.
Let's see. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
I was going to say the same thing.
What's the worst? So I'm thinking if I just layer up my top little, right? If I put my stencil, just bring it down a little bit so it's layered up right underneath of my top one.
I think it needs to be less than that, though, doesn't it?
Like, just to overlap it a little bit?
Just a smidge. I don't know.
I don't know.
When I used to do it in scrapbooking, I would do it, like, slightly. I don't know.
More like so?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, why not? What's going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything.
So what'll end up happening, because that color's darker?
Yeah, we'll have the darker. It'll go up. It'll blend.
More.
It'll blend more. Oh, I moved it. Okay. All right. So we've got that. I think we're pretty good here. All right. So we got our Indian turquoise. We'll take our number 4 stencil brush.
I'm curious to see what that does.
I am too. That's why I was like, let's just do it. I mean, what's it going to hurt? We're playing today.
What's the worst thing?
What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. We'll throw this in the trash. It's fine. And well, I mean, am I wrong?
We'll flip it over.
I mean, It's not a big deal. It's really not. Okay, Indian turquoise. We're going to just give us a little shadow down here. We just barely have it offset. So just a little offset here. Probably going to need 2 coats, just like we did for the other, but.
Oh, Chris just got back to me.
What'd she say?
She said plantation pine.
Oh, okay. Well, we should have went with plantation pine. See, I just see those dark colors and I think, oh gosh, that's really dark. Just like the antique maroon. I mean,
she said thicket would work too.
Okay.
How's your medium green? Depends on how dark you want it.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. I don't think this paint is mixed up very well. I mean, I don't think you can really go wrong with any of it because we're really just playing here.
We're semi-pro.
And we're semi-pro. Who cares? I mean, who cares? Really? Who cares? You guys are here for me whether it works out or doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, we'd be like, hey, remember that time we did that? It was horrible? Okay, so we got this here. Coming over here with the second coat now. Okay, here we go. Second coat, that's going to blend in really well. So we're going to have that lighter and then the darker and then a little bit darker at the bottom here. So see what this looks like after we get this next coat on here.
Oh, Terry, don't apologize. She thought that plantation pine was dark too.
No, you're good. Don't worry about that at all. Okay, here we go. So we've got a little bit darker under here. I don't think it shows up as well.
Hold it up, because I can see
Okay,
it.
hang on a minute. Can you see it? It's there. You can
subtle,
barely see it. It's subtle though. It is there.
Yeah, the lighter's on the bottom.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. The lighter's going to be down here and then the darker up the top. But yeah, you can definitely see it. So we've got tons and tons of options that we can do, guys, when we're working on these projects to kind of dress them up a little bit. So if just stenciling kind of stresses you out and you're not really interested in just doing a stenciling project, you can totally do shading. You could do highlighting. You could use your white gel pen. You know I love my white gel pen. So you can do this anytime you want. You can just get the, let me get them started here. Okay, there we go. So, and I can get my little white gel pen, bring some accents in here. If you don't want to do the gel pen, you don't have to. You could do black if you want. You can use a micron. Let's see, where's my micron? Right here. So you could do this. You could use black if you don't want to use the white. So we have these pens available in black and in white. So there's a lot of options that you guys can do. You don't have to stick with just what we're doing. If you want to change it, you want to dress it up a little bit more, you can. If you want to clean your stencils, you can. If you don't want to, you do not have to. There's nobody telling you you have to. I'm not going to come to your house and be like, you didn't clean your stencil. That's fine. I don't care. You don't care if I clean mine, do you? I don't think so. All right, Lindsay, I think that's about it. You want to switch our camera?
Sure.
Okay, guys, so that is our project for today. Hello Summer is available at cdstencils.com. You can go there. You can get the horizontal postage stamp plaque. You can get any of the brushes that we use today. So Chris's angles, the script line, or the white gel pens are on there. The stencil brushes are on there. Make sure you grab those. If you want, do you have brush and stencil cleaner on there, Lindsay? I think you do. I don't know if you do or not. If not, you can get that at Cover Distributing. So that's one thing you can't know. Okay. That's one thing you can get at Cover Distributing. The brush and stencil cleaner. If you need the brush scrubby, that's on CD Stencils as well. You can get the brush scrubby there. There's a lot of cool things that you can get there. So go check it out. Lindsay just put a ton of new pet stencils on this week, yesterday and today, right?
There's probably about 20 new ones.
20 new pet stencils. So cats, dogs, we're in our pet era right now. So Chris did the Bon Appetit treat box insert and bundle for that. There's a pattern and there's an insert for that. That's all on Cover Distributing. But pets, we're all thinking pets right now. So that's what we've been working on at CD Stencils. Does anybody have any questions before we go? If you do, let us know before we hop off of here. You can always email us. info@cdwood.com is Lindsay. She is quicker to get to you through email than a phone call. So if you have a question that you need an answer to quickly, make sure you send an email. If not, you can always give us a call. We are back on Thursday of next week with another semi-pro stenciling video. I don't know what she picked. There's something in there. I don't even know what it is. Is it the golf one? I don't know. So there's another stencil we'll be doing. And then on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I will be here on Cover Distributing, and I will be working on Linda's duck, the ginger duck. That's what I'm going to be painting. But mine is not the gingerbread duck. I'm doing mine Jen style.
And if everything works out okay, Linda will be painting along with us.
Okay, so we did talk yesterday in the live. We weren't sure if Linda was planning on painting with us or she was just going to maybe show a photo of hers in the chat, whatever. So Lindsay's working on that, and Linda said that she would paint along with us. So if we can make that work, we will. So hopefully join us on Wednesday if you want to see that. Chris will be here on Tuesday with a live painting video. I'm not sure what she's doing.
I usually don't know until
I'm going to say it's going to be the new brushes.
We won't have them.
I thought they were coming Tuesday. Oh, we won't have them.
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe not. I don't know. She's going to do some kind of project or some kind of class on Tuesday. So Chris will be live on Tuesday. I will be here Wednesday painting the duck. And then I'll be here Thursday at 1 o'clock doing another stenciling video. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us for Semi-Pro Stenciling. If you have any questions, let us know. If not, we will see you next week if you have time to join us. If not, you can always check the replay out. You can get us on YouTube. You can get us on TikTok. You can get us on CD Stencils, or Cover Distributing, all of those Facebook pages. We are there always. So if you need anything, let us know. If not, have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, guys, bye-bye.